All right, welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to take a look at some of Kenny Pickett's progression against facing a blitz. So let's jump right into it. This is a few weeks back against Miami here. We see that the Dolphins are crowding the line of scrimmage, showing blitz. They do indeed come, and Pickett is a little eager to get this ball out. The Miami defense does a good job of kind of checking this rub route. The defender stalls Claypool and then kind of comes off to Deontay quick. Overall, a little rushed here. The line actually does a good job of picking up the blitz, as we'll take a look at a second. And if Pickett just waits a little beat longer, we'll see Claypool, as a result of the rub route, comes wide open here. Could have had potentially a touchdown. So taking a look at the next play, this is also in the Dolphins game. Dolphins defenders are crowding the line of scrimmage. We see a linebacker come down and ultimately come. Jaylen Warren this time does a good job of picking up the blitz. And Pickett ultimately makes a good read and hits Pickens for the first down here. Really any of these guys are open for the first down. That's a result of the blitz. There's less people in coverage. It looks like they're playing more for the deep verticals here, off cover 3. Pickens is open, Deontay's open. There's a reason that Pickett's bang on this stuff. Melvin Ingram took a wide route to get there. If Pickett holds the ball much longer, Ingram could get home. Last play from the Dolphins game here. We got 5 on the line of scrimmage with this linebacker coming again. And another good job of the line picking it up. Pressure causes the quarterback to have to think quickly. Ultimately, Pickett's looking for the first down. Some miscommunication. He could have been a little more aggressive, maybe taking the shot here. Pickens has a step. You also got Deontay. Not going to complain too much about not going to Deontay, because you've got this lurk defender here. Here we take a look at the blitz pickup. Dotson does a nice job of helping on the D tackle, then sliding over to pick up the linebacker. Everyone else is holding up against their one-on-ones. And looking at this window, it looks like Pickett's maybe expecting Claypool to settle. Claypool sees it differently. He's working to this gap in space. Again, that might be a result of the blitz. Pickett's looking to get it out a little bit sooner. Maybe there's a hot read where Claypool is supposed to recognize blitz and settle earlier. So let's take a look here. We got the Saints kind of crowding the line of scrimmage, corner playing a little tight, threatening to come, as well as this linebacker crouched towards the line of scrimmage as well. So on the snap, only 4 end up coming. This corner stays with the tight end. This linebacker kind of runs like a green dog, where he'll wait, analyze, find his read, and then blitz towards the end. And the Saints are playing man with a too high shell. So, not a lot open here. The 2 outside receivers are kind of taken away from the too high. So Pickett's looking for one of his tight ends to get open. Saints do a decent job here of staying sticky on those 2 guys. You see Pickett's kind of reading the field. He makes a quick decision, which is what you want to see against the blitz. Freiermuth's got maybe a little bit of separation. Pickett puts it high and away. You can maybe argue he should wait to see Hayward coming open in the middle of the field here. But again, with the blitz coming, with some of the O-line issues this season, you just like to see him making a quick throw to one of the underneath routes, just expecting one of these guys to win. He chose Freiermuth. Turns out Hayward's a little more open, but overall a good decision. Here we see he starts looking left, comes back around. He's got good footwork here. He points his hips and his feet towards the target, enabling him to make a nice accurate throw where only Freiermuth could get it. The defender does a good job. Next, we'll take a look here. Similar kind of look. Again, Saints crowding the line of scrimmage. We've got this corner lurking as a threat. And actually the corner does come this time while dropping out one of the, or actually looks like both linebackers. So they're going to hustle to get back onto these kind of inner seam routes here. where the outside defenders are going to play kind of like a quarter. So again, too high, taking away anything deep, and these these corners are kind of playing anything at the sticks while passing off anything deep. So again, the read is probably to one of these underneath tight ends. And Pickett does a good job of standing in there, waiting for Freiermuth to create a little space. Not a ton of space, but again, Pickett's placement is really good here. Low and away, where only Freiermuth can make the catch. And what I really love here is the aggressiveness in the Steelers' offense. So they have this is a 3rd and long, about 3rd and 15 to try to gain. And knowing that they can get to about the 40-yard line, that's kind of the area of the field where it's like prime opportunity to go for it on 4th down, because it's too long for a field goal, but a punt can maybe, net you as little as like 20 yards if you end up kicking it out of the end zone. So Steelers make the completion here, great throw, and ultimately convert on 4th down. Let's take a look from the end zone cam. So the O-line is doing a decent job communicating here. Jaylen Warren does an excellent job of picking up the blitz on the outside. So there is time. Pickett waits, even though this guy is crashing. He trusts his blocking, hangs in there that extra last second, steps in, makes a great throw, low and away. Next up here, we've got 3 by 1, so a little different look. The Saints are going to send 5 again, so not an all-out blitz. This time we're showing more of a cover 3, single high. And because these linebackers have been playing kind of more aggressive, Pickett sees that he's got the matchup outside. He makes the right read. This looks like an interceptable ball, but if you see late, this flag comes out, and the reason being that the corner grabs Deontay and then slingshots himself off of Deontay to try to make the interception. So draw the flag, get the 1st down, but we're looking more at the read here. Pickett recognizes he's got one-on-one with the outside because there's only a single high safety, and he does a good job of staying in the pocket and making a good throw. This ball would have been the right kind of throw had that defender not cheated. Next, we'll take a look here, and this time the Saints are crowding the line of scrimmage. We've got off man here, so Pickett has to do a good job of picking it up quickly. It turns out he puts a really nice head fake on this crashing defender, so the corner decides to come. This is kind of like a cover 0 look. There's no help over top. We've just got man-on-man across the board. Saints actually do a really good job of getting onto the routes while Pickett is using his athleticism to roll out. Nothing really happening here. He hits Freiermuth underneath for the modest gain. Really nice job against the blitz. Let's take a look here. Again, he notices this guy coming, puts in a little shoulder fake, boom, and then rolls out, makes a great throw. Next play we'll take a look at, we've got, this corner kind of crouched down, this guy playing tight as well, and we'll see that this safety drops back late into a cover 2 look. So looks like pre-snap the Saints are trying to maybe make it look like a single high, looking like press here on the outside. Ultimately, we'll see this safety drop back as well as this corner to more of a kind of a quarters look, shallow quarters look with the linebackers dropping out. So this is an example of, when attacking the blitz, you have to also be aware of, simulated pressures. So those situations where the defense shows a blitz, but ultimately they drop back everybody that was showing, and now they're playing underneath. We'll see Pickett step up, get through, and dump it off. We'll take a look next at another Saints blitz here. So Saints are showing a lot towards the line of scrimmage. We'll see again, this time they back out some different players. They rush 4, but we've got like a D tackle backing out. It's also in the secondary, like again, a cover 0 look. Pickett does a good job of this time kind of looking for the slant. In the Dolphins game, remember he was quick to try to hit that flat route. He's looking to go to Deontay. He does a good job of getting the ball out quickly. Ultimately, it's another pass interference that slows Deontay down, or this could have been a house call. Deontay catches it, maybe breaks one tackle from the defender, and there's no safety help. Let's take a look from the end zone cam, and we can see here 90 is crashing hard. Pickett can't really wait, gets the ball out. He gets it around this dropping D lineman. Whether or not he saw the lineman, who knows, but a good quick throw. Maybe, if you're going to criticize at all, you ask Pickett to maybe sidestep to the left and then put this ball over these middle defenders, mid-level defenders, and put it up over here a little bit later. But can't really criticize Pickett too much. The blitz is coming off the edge. He sees the window and he hits it and draws the flag. Later in the game, here we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 crowding against the line of scrimmage again. Steelers have a tight end here. This time, though, the Saints are showing 2 high safeties as well as kind of some off man underneath. This defender bails from press to off. And we can see, again, the Saints are doing a good job mixing it up. They have some defenders drop out, still rushing 4. The safeties rotate to a little robber type action. This safety comes down to guard more of the sticks area, while this safety drops back into a single high, where the corners are kind of responsible for deep outside. Because everything here is kind of deep developing and we've got the linebackers dropping underneath, not a whole lot. Pickett has to be patient, realizes there's nothing downfield, sees all this open room created by the dropping linebackers, steps up and picks up the first down with his legs. Taking a look here, you can see the Saints run a little twist that is effective. This guy crashes into Dotson's knees, taking down Cole along with him. You'd like to see maybe Cole pass that along better. Dotson recovers enough, more anchors, and it allows just enough room for Pickett to escape. So another example of good decision making. You love to see the line doing its job here, holding up against the simulated pressure, and Pickett does a good job to get out of the pocket. Okay, taking a look at one last play versus the Saints. This time we got a bunch formation. Saints are showing 5 down at the line of scrimmage, but they're actually going to drop this linebacker to stay with the tight end, and the inside linebackers are both going to come. They're also playing kind of a cover 0 man here again. And this safety comes down to guard the sticks, so no one deep. Saints are, gambling that Pickett is going to have to get rid of the ball quickly, which he does. Ultimately puts it high and outside of Gentry. We can take a look at maybe why that is. Like I said, the Saints do this kind of A-gap twist with their linebackers. Mason Cole has to pick one. He does. Najee, he ends up picking up the blitz, but he's very late. So Pickett has to be kind of getting out of the pocket to begin with. At this point, all he has is Gentry in terms of where he's rolling out, and he makes a throw on the run. Let's take a look from the end zone cam. So we can see here that 55 is bearing down. Najee's nowhere to be found at this point, so Pickett has to get out of there, which he does. And the one thing I could say that Pickett could work on here is, rather than sprinting out to try to make a play, at this point he should have seen Najee pick up the blitz. I'd like to see him do more of a drift. That way he doesn't outrun his blockers here, because what happens by sprinting so far right, these blockers can't do anything else. If he had kind of drifted, he could buy himself some time and hopefully wait till something came open a little deeper. So here you see he starts sprinting. Had he been drifting, he could have, with his eyes downfield, seen maybe Pickens sprinting towards the corner for a big play. So you see Mahomes do that a lot. Rather than kind of like sprint out, he kind of drifts, he feels the space, waits for things to open up. So I think as Pickett gets more comfortable, you'll see that happening more and more. Again, you can't really blame him here. in this blitz pickup, Najee is kind of nowhere to be found at first. So there's a good reason that he kind of bolts out of there. And at that point, you know, things are kind of, in his mind, breaking down. Again, I think as he gets more comfortable, he'll be able to slow down and turn into more of a drift, and then hopefully see Pickens coming open here rather than forcing this throw high and outside. All right, so that's all we got for today. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. I really enjoyed breaking down Pickett versus the blitz. Overall, I thought he did an excellent job managing the reads, managing simulated versus actual pressure. Yeah, like I said, I think as he gets more familiar, hopefully the processing can slow down even more, and he can know when to get the ball out quick versus when maybe he can buy an extra second and look for that big play if teams are going to try to play this cover zero look with no safety help.